Yeah, like I was saying, this is pretty much the start of the third season. Like, if you paid attention to any of my pods, like I do it, I pretty much jumped the ship. Last year I had a 420 episode, right? So I just stayed in 420 instead of where I was at 20 or 30. I just jumped it all the way to 420, and I started going 421 from there. Yeah. So this is 421 right here. So this is basically the third season. This is a year. I did 17 shows since then. Didn't even know I was doing it like that. But welcome.
Thank you, my guy.
This is Attention Horse Podcast. How you doing, folks? How my sideways folks? I like it sideways. I know everybody see it live sideways, but if I do it straight up, it's too tight. Yeah. It's claustrophobic for me. I like it because I get up, I move around, so I want to have that in there. I like the fact that you got the raw papers.
Yeah, I only smoke papers. I don't do the grabber. Like,
yeah, you know, people look at you crazy if you don't do the grabber.
No, I mean, cause people like to smoke tobacco, they like to smoke weed.
There you go. I understand.
I smoke, cause I don't smoke the guy, I smoke therapeutically, so.
Okay.
For me personally, it's just.
You got to
smoke tobacco.
Your voice, like, I knew you for some time.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't say we were always clicked up, but we knew mutual.
We've always crossed paths. Our circle's always in the
As you can see, you're on the screen right there.
And that's all. I was looking at that photo. Man. Those are the bouncer days, man. Like,
when you bounce, that's the tiki bar.
Yeah, tiki.
Now, I'm gonna tell you a story. I was at that party.
You were at that. That was a fight.
I was drunk as shit that day.
Yeah, that was a fight.
Well, who had a fight? I didn't have a fight.
No. I don't know if you remember Daniel Neff Robinson.
Listen, I've almost got
fight because I remember the sweater.
Okay,
I tell that story. That was a tiki bar.
So Trey was there.
Yes. And he was there with a homegirl named Lori.
Damn, you know all this shit. Goddamn.
I think we got jumped.
What was this? I must have been after I left.
It had to be. What happened is
I didn't remember hearing about this. Tell me the story so I'll tell you yours.
It's wow. It's crazy.
You're just jumping in right now.
It's crazy. So I remember this so vividly because like this is when you realize like you was out here living wild. You feel me? I was out there with me, Neff, this chick named Lori, Trey.
Neff always getting people.
This was back when he was Poppy D. Pause. This is when he used to be out here again. This is the days that we used to go to. We used to go to the city, different clubs and shit. He would get belligerently drunk or fucked up, and I would have to almost. And this is no disrespect to him because I do believe he's good now. He reached out and because you know I was my man. He ran together for a couple years real close. Fell out based upon that type of shit. And he reached out. It just never materialized. I heard he's good. And like I'm happy he's good. You feel me?
He went back and forth with a lot of shit.
Of course.
And I was
there. He went through a lot though.
Yeah. I wasn't there for all the shit he went through, but I heard that he was going through a lot.
He went through a lot, man. I remember when he was really going through a lot. I'm not gonna expose the man's business.
No, it's not. I don't like to use this show to do that. Even my own situations.
So, back to the story. So, he's talking to some chick. I remember seeing it. This always
starts like that.
And I look up, so I'm talking to the chick we there with, right? And so, you know, I'm over here chilling, and I look over, and I see him pushing some dude off. Like, this dude's like trying to press him, so he's talking to the chick, but I'm not making nothing of it. I look back over, this nigga's on the floor leaking. You feel me? So I walk over, like, yo, and I'm drunk. Cause you remember that was a little side joke. You probably shouldn't have been. It was the illegal little joke.
No, I know it was a legal joint, and it was popped off. And I ended up working with one of the kids that was throwing it, Jay. You know Jay?
Yeah.
Filipino kid.
Of course.
Yeah. Shout out to Jay. I used to work with him in the nursing home.
That TV shit was an error.
Yeah, and that not the whatchamacall you. So I put that up because. This video showed, they filmed me how drunk I was. They had $3 shots.
I remember that whole
and it was, I remember I got there that day or that night and it was nothing popping. I had anybody in there. And I was just like, fuck it. I just started downing these $3 shots.
Random low niggas.
Might have been Ciroc. That's Ciroc.
$3 shots. It was mad random low. It wasn't a popping night like normal.
It got a little popping later on.
Later, and those was the nigga. So that was the nigga that stalled this nigga. I'm drunk, so he's like, yo, ponytail Spanish nigga. I go outside. I stall him. I didn't realize he's with 9 of his niggas.
What was the problem?
All I'm feeling is this, but they was small. And you remember back then I was big. I was real big back then. So it wasn't like it was nothing that was hurting. It was just you face. That was a crazy ass movement.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's so wild you put that forward. I tell that story all the time to niggas. Like, it's like when you know you could.
Didn't they close it right after that?
Had to.
Yeah.
It was wild, because you think about it.
They got all the auto spots right there now.
All they had to do was, one nigga had to have a knife or a gun. It was too wild.
Yeah,
it was too wild. So it was like, yeah, it's wild. Yeah.
Right off the highway.
But that's close to 10 years. It's not 10 years ago.
It's about 10
years ago, bro.
Yeah, in that vein.
Yeah. I knew a nigga had hair and no beard. You feel me? Like,
yeah. That was those days. I was so fucking drunk that night, and these niggas let me stand at the door with the money in my hand.
You were? Yeah.
I was sitting there like this.
I remember this.
Like I was at the first night of We Out travel group that I'm about to tell you about.
We used to really be wilding out here, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised I survived half that shit that I was around, because it was just
supposed to be here.
It was random shit, and it was just like, yo, I was ill prepared for all that shit.
But you were supposed to be.
But yo, before we go on, I know I did this mad randomly, but like I said, this is Attention Horse Podcast. Shout out to all my co-hosts down here. Shout out to Ralina. Shout out to Big Jonathan. That nigga is in Kansas somewhere selling gasoline, whatever the fuck. This is the guest tonight, and I know him as Dre, but you have that almost 3K, and I like that flow. I like that little flip on it. Now that's also the name of the podcast too.
So it's Almost 3K Experience is the podcast.
Okay.
And then if you want to call it my stage name or whatever, it's Andre Almost 3K.
Okay. I fuck with that.
So I keep it a stack with you. I never, like I said, this lane I'm in now, this wasn't something like I planned to do.
This lane I'm in now, I just plan to do. You know, I'm a rapper.
So, so you see when the inception of Instagram came in, was that 2010? I think.
Around that 2012, yeah.
So when Instagram came in, I just made my name Andre 2,999. Like I just always did that.
That is some Spider-Man shit.
You know what I mean? I just did that shit from jump, because I thought that shit was funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, play on words to play on it. Yeah, that's what I like to fuck with.
I never used to call it Almost 3K. It was almost what, like, everybody used to just
you did Andre
2999. People used to just understand what it meant.
But that's a long way of saying the same thing.
Exactly.
Pretty much saying.
So fast forward to 2017. Tariq. Not Tariq Thompson. No, formerly Tariq Thompson. His name is actually Tariq Smith now. You know Big Tariq. We used to have dread. You know Tariq. Rick used to work. I
probably do. I probably know him. I'm gonna know him. He used to have dreads.
Yeah. We started a podcast together just because we used to live together. My roommate. We started a podcast called The Whole Jamaican Podcast.
The what Jamaican?
Whole Jamaican.
The Whole Jamaican?
Yeah, because we both Jamaican.
The Whole Jamaican.
Yeah. So. And that started to get and he low-key was kind of like, he's the reason that I came up with the Almost 3K model.
Okay.
So he used to call himself the Big Content. And so.
I like that.
Now, that was fire, and I used to just have my name, and then we just went, and I just said, oh shit, Almost 3K. I kept saying Almost 3,000, and I was like, let's go Almost 3K.
Yeah. Because they call him 3 stacks.
Yeah.
3 stacks. Or, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now, we was doing the pod about my bar. We stopped, right? Pandemic hit. Well, right before the pandemic, the whole comedy thing comes from BG.
Well, I didn't put that up, but I was going to mention him. I was going to ask you, actually.
Yeah.
You wanted to talk about that situation.
Always.
I remember I always used to see him around, just like you. Mm-hmm. And I remember this one time that I actually talked to him to get like who he was, and the boy was wild a little bit. You know what I mean? I wasn't always around him, but the boy was wild a little bit, and much respect to him. You know, all his friends and his family, because what happened was freaking terrible. Mm-hmm. And may I ask, did you take it from? Okay. So, suicide, or I'm very, very, very careful when it comes to people that think suicidal. I used to be suicidal at a young age. I never did anything to myself, but the thoughts going through your mind and thinking that you're not worth anything, so you always put you in a depressing mode. I have an ill relationship with depression. The bitch tried to come back recently, but she's out. You know what I mean? But I don't like people talking just randomly about it because it's very serious. It's a mental thing.
Nah, I talk about it openly for two reasons. Number one, I dealt with depression as well. I went through deep depression after he did. That was my brother for real. Like, he was living with me for Texas. Okay. You feel me? So like that was really my best friend for real. So when BG took his life on February 26, 2020, then they locked us in the house. You feel me? You're right.
Well, maybe a week after, right?
Like 2 weeks, it was 13.
You're right, because I remember, 2020.
Yeah.
You're right.
I was dealing with a young lady at the time. She kind of distanced herself from me at that time as well. So the first couple weeks of that pandemic was just me trying to drink myself into a coma. You feel me? So then, after we realized that's not going to be productive, I just started putting content up on Instagram. First person I was watching, I always loved stand-up. I never thought I was going to be a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
That was never the goal. I was always in that fitness lane.
Yeah, you was heavy.
Yeah.
And because I remember when you were bigger, and then you start getting, like, you took fitness to a whole nother, I was like, this motherfucker is about his shit.
Yeah, no,
and I just had my boys, Tone.
Yeah.
And my brother Brandon, and they're very into fitness and stuff like that. And I was like, you really was on something. I'm gonna change my whole lifestyle type shit. You still on that? I know.
Yeah.
So
I'm like maybe 25 pounds heavier than I normally would be at this time.
Okay, I got you.
Just because, first of all, the comedy lifestyle is hard to manage. Comedy reminds me of living like a bouncer.
Because you're on the move, and you gotta get whatever you got.
Yeah. You drink, you drink. And even with the drink, that doesn't. It's just I haven't been able to do cardio. I can't manage it because I've been doing this. I told my Achilles, by the way, for everybody.
Yeah, he's been in this.
So this about since November. So what are we going on 7? Oh, my math is terrible.
Is that right? Is the April? Well, we almost done with April.
Yeah, so we going on what 7?
4, 3, 7. You going on 8? You going on 8? Damn, 8 months.
This should be off by a month. I didn't do surgery.
Oh, it's just healing.
Yeah, I did natural.
Okay.
It didn't roll into my path. It completely ruptured. But it was only 2.5 centimeter gap.
Okay, explain.
So when is it 2.5? It's literally this much. So I had to punch.
Oh, in between.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But see, normally when you rupture it, it rolls all the way up into your calf.
Ooh, I never heard about that.
But mine didn't do that. That's normally what a full rupture is.
My niece's father had a situation like that.
Automatic.
And it was right there, and he was off of his foot. He was off for a while. It takes a minute for that to heal up.
I've never been a fan of it. I'm not a fan of Western medicine. That's all. You know what I
Listen,
mean?
man.
You know what I mean?
Listen, man.
And that's just
that's
a whole other rabbit hole that I don't even want to delve into. But just to give a little conversation, just wanted to give a little context to my mindset of why I stayed in surgery. So I wasn't a fan of Western medicine anyway. But we were also thinking about me trying to get back as fast as possible. Because you gotta understand, this shit happened in November. I was literally in right at the apex of starting to really bubble immediately. You feel me?
Okay, yeah. Because this happened in the vein of you.
Right. I I did my first ever time on stage was April 21st, 2021. No, April 17th, 2021. I just celebrated my
Your 1 year, I seen that.
Alright. That was my first time ever on stage. I did Broadway Comedy Club with the industry room. Hindsight, and you can actually check that site out on my YouTube. Just check it out. I've been my comedian almost 3K. Definitely check that shit out. I got to get the shit.
Well, on your gram, it says the 2. Okay, now I get it more now because that's probably how you said it.
Yeah, but I kept it that, and the reason why I didn't go almost 3K is because the 29999. It's more eye catching. It gives it
the 9s to flip over the 6.
Yeah, it's different. It's just. It makes people have to actually, they see it and they get it, and then they see the cleverness and the actual ideas in it. Okay. Because I could just call myself almost 3K, but if it's a play off my actual eyes.
I like almost 3K just hits. Yeah. Like you could get it because you could tell it's a play off of words. Yeah. And it also means you. Like exactly. I like how that plays.
100%. That's exactly how. When I first made the name, that's exactly how I took it. Almost. I'm not quite out there, but
I got you. And this field, like he's in that field, you're in this field type flow. I fuck with it. It's a medium flow.
So I didn't do terrible, but the booker liked me. So broke down my set, which he does it everybody. I took 3 months and we started doing mad days on it, right? Just mics. I'm talking about the little bar mics.
Any place you could get.
Anywhere I can get on stage.
Okay.
The next 3 months, I did another Zoom show.
Okay.
And work, and then the next.
Let me ask you a question. We're jumping because I got a lot I want to talk to you about, and a lot I need to talk about because I'm fresh off vacation, so I gotta give a quick recap of that. What was it that pushed you? Because I've always thought of it too. Like I'm the type of motherfucker. I laugh. You hear me? I laugh at myself. Like I just, as long as I'm amused, I don't really give a fuck if anybody else is. But it's not, to me, doing comedy is way harder than anything, especially like a rap. Like a rap, especially today, you could go over your rap good, niggas could play it.
Do it a bunch of times.
Yeah, it's not really. Comedy, you gotta be on. And you got to be able to take what happens and flip it just like that. Just kind of like freestyling. You got to be sharp with that freestyle and able to maneuver back into what you already got set to do. You know what I mean? And be fluent and also be like natural. Like the thing that I like about your shit, like I haven't seen one of your shows and I've been planning on, I got to come see one of your shows. I know you got a spot in T-Net that you do.
Yeah, I'm actually producing a show. This is my first producer, so I actually put the lineup together. I'm hosting.
Okay.
That's some of my favorite comics that I've encountered throughout the city so far. I'm doing that show. I'm actually doing that show Saturday, 8 o'clock. That's when check out Absalon.
Where is Absalon? Right. It's probably somewhere I know and I just don't look.
223 The Gras.
You know on The Gras?
Right by Bonchon.
Was Zen or whatever the fuck was?
Yeah, with that little martial arts spot. It's literally like if you was going to the Marriott, right on The Gras.
Oh, okay.
Right there. That's right there. That's a dope spot, and we're gonna turn it into a vibe comedically.
Okay.
In Jersey, you know what I mean?
Like, let me not jump all over the place. What kicked you into doing it?
BG.
So it was
BG killed himself. We got locked in the house. It was either drink myself into oblivion or find something to keep me sane. I started putting shit on Instagram, and people was like, "Yo, you funny." And then I started like thinking about it, like, "Oh shit!" And I was watching so much comedy.
You was just who's your top 5 or top 6 or top? I got a top 6. I got a top 6. I had to think about it. I got a top 6.
And you know, it's crazy. I actually asked Ari Spears this question the other day, and I liked how he did it because he put like there's guys who were just being like the guys.
He broke it down. You watch it? You listen to him?
I love Ari.
Ari's
my top 5, but I love.
You love Ari? Okay, I got you.
I'm a fan of Ari.
Right.
So you know, you put Pryor, Carlin.
You got those two combs back to back.
So
who else?
He put Eddie Murphy. He put those in the Olympians. Carlin is in my top 5 of my personal favorite.
Me too. Top 5. And Pryor.
Pryor's not in my top 5.
Okay.
I've watched Pryor, but I'm not as influenced by Pryor. I'm influenced by people who've been influenced by Pryor.
You know why I'm influenced by Pryor? Even though I came up in the Eddie Murphy era, right? Eddie Murphy is not one of my favorite at all.
He's not my top 5 either. I just recognize that he's the most naturally talented comic we've ever seen.
And he really didn't do that much stand-up.
No, facts.
He did like 2 specials. I mean, he did some Johnny Carson shit.
He had some shit on vinyl. I actually have his first stand-up on vinyl.
He got Saturday Night Live.
Eddie Murphy just as a natural talent.
He was just funny, and just hit, and he became the comedic superstar.
With my top 5, Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
George Carlin.
Okay.
Patrice O'Neal.
Woo! I was waiting for that shit. God damn.
Patrice is a problem.
Patrice is number 1 in my, like, if Patrice was alive right now, they could sit down. And I'll tell you that right now.
I'm not gonna go that far.
No, I will.
I'm not gonna.
I will. No, I'm not saying Dave.
I love Patrice.
No. I'm saying, you know why?
But Dave's the good.
You know why? Because that nigga was fearless before Dave got to that point.
It's not that Dave isn't fearless. You see,
he is. Dave is fearless
before Dave. You gotta understand how young Chappelle was compared to how old Patrice was when they first Patrice was 41 when he died. Yeah, he was older to me. I mean, both started young, but Chappelle's been rocking since he was 14 years old. You're talking about the rawness and just the presence that Patrice has, and I'm talking about Dave Chappelle as a comedic mind. The things he does on stage as a writer. And then, this is not to be like I play ball, you don't play ball.
No. Go ahead. We all for that.
But when you understand when you start to understand techniques comedically, because there are techniques.
No. And that's probably where I'm more of the way Patrice was so transparent.
No, Patrice was.
And so he didn't give a. Well, maybe he did.
He didn't give a fuck.
No. Because at some point we do, but we might.
Not a problem. Because you hear all the stories of how we should talk to everybody.
I listen.
Nah, he didn't give a fuck, bro.
Listen, I tell everybody, the last 5 years of my life has been great as far as I've been myself. I remembered who I was. My father died in 2016. In 2017, who's that nigga at? Dick though. He on my own too. So, as much as like I want to rap, I want to do this, I got to a point where I was like, what am I going to do? And then I was like, I forgot who I was. All the shit I am, the nerdy, weird kid, the motherfucker that's into this and into that, the motherfucker that talks about flat earth openly. I don't give a fuck if niggas like me or not. I don't care. No, because a lot of people, that's what they think. It's like, oh, somebody gonna like. I've been the dude off to the side my whole life, and I tried to be other people. I tried to make other people like me and do that. And then when I discovered because I used to see him all the time before, but I didn't pay attention. When I discovered his comedy and his way of thinking and how fearless of him just saying what he felt, and it reminded me of my father, because my father was able to talk to anybody. I tell people he could curse a nigga out and you love him because it's the way he did. You knew he was coming from. And I got the same shit from Patrice. And I was like,
Patrice was super unapologetic.
And I was like, that's who I am. I'm this motherfucker just like, fuck it. You don't want to fuck with me? I'm fine by myself. I'll figure a way. You know what I mean? So that's what opened. And I love Chappelle. And everybody loves Chappelle since Half Baked at least. Well, I'm just saying the public.
I know. I fell in love with Chappelle. First time I ever seen Chappelle obviously seen Half Baked, but I remember when Chappelle was.
What's up, people?
I remember his role with Nutty Professor. Right. I really found out about Chappelle when I saw his comedy Half Hour.
The one where they have it where they open up and they had like a diner.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
I saw that, and then I saw Killing Them Softly.
killing softly is a problem.
When I knew Dave Chappelle was the best comedian I ever seen is when I seen For What It's Worth. For What It's Worth to me is
a movie.
No, the stand-up.
Oh, the second one.
Yes.
When he's in San Francisco or some shit.
That is one of the greatest.
Nobody talks about that one that much.
That is.
They don't. They go to Killing Me Softly and they jump over that because he did that in the mix of the show.
Yeah.
He did that in the mix of the show.
That is to me that Chappelle is at his absolute best. They can say the clothes, they can say Sticks and Stones. Chappelle was to me is probably his most simple now, but it's just so relatable because of who he is, his friends. He's still a genius.
And he did some kind of Ali shit where he came back. Because before niggas counted him out after the whole Africa debacle situation.
100%. Well, I mean that's a whole nother.
No, I'm just saying they counted him out.
No. I agree. I'm just saying that's a whole nother conversation. Just for the sake of me trying to make it, I'm not even gonna have that conversation. We already know what that was. But for what it's worth, to me, that's how comedy's supposed to be done.
Okay, but we didn't get past the 5.
So then I went Patrice.
That was 3, right?
Yeah, that was 3.
Wait. We got Dave,
Harlan,
Patrice, Killers.
This is where it gets tricky for me. So this is me going personal. My personal 5.
I'm way over.
I'm gonna go Chris Rock. I love Chris Rock.
Okay.
This one's hard for me because I normally go Corey Holcomb. So it's 3 people I can rotate to this 5.
You could add.
I know. I like to try to keep it at 5, but I really enjoy Corey. I'm a huge Cat fan. And Bill Burr. Okay, I think Bill Burr is a fucking monster.
No, he is. To me, kind of always played off the because the Boston with Patrice and all that, they kind of played off of that a lot of the time. So that was that.
Most of the niggas hated Patrice. That's just crazy. Chappelle hated him.
I mean, you couldn't because he told you who the fuck he was.
But you get cool with a dude like that.
But then at the end of his life, I remember there were stories of like before he passed, he was saying that he was kind of sorry for going so hard because he burnt a lot of bridges. The nigga burnt a lot of bridges. It was in business wise. Chris Rock said, "Yo, if he was still here, we'd be working for him," and that's why I said, "Yo, he'd be," because think of this atmosphere of where we at. When he passed, we were at the beginning of that Me Too type.
Oh yeah, it's like I almost feel like the universe had to kill Patrice because he was gonna be too real for this shit.
And that's the bottom line.
That's real shit. Like Patrice was really saying everything like you wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, he was
telling you the truth. It wasn't even no complex shit.
But it was so straight and to the point. Like
Patrice was telling you shit that 99% of people think about.
But won't they? Because they scared to.
And Louis C.K. is fire as well.
Oh yeah. He gets away with saying nigga.
I saw Louis.
He gets away with saying nigga. Like he does, yo. But listen, I tell everybody I don't love these niggas. I don't mind a white person that's openly racist. I know where you stand.
Yeah, see,
I know
I've
you
always
stand.
agree with that as well, man.
I know where you stand. I don't like them hide and seek people.
I feel like anybody should be able to say whatever they feel like.
Whatever comes with it, comes with it.
As long as they deal with the consequences.
That's it.
I may not beat your ass. I have a future. There are a lot of niggas who will throw it away for their respect. Alright? And you gotta deal with them. So to me, it's just like, nigga, do you? I know who you are. I don't want to fuck with you now because I know that's what you like to do.
Yeah.
Louis C.K. I went to go see Louis C.K. live, and then we get to and I just gotta say, that's the most educational experience of how to tell jokes I've ever seen.
Really, Louis C.K.?
I learned how to work out material after watching Louis C.K.
Okay.
Because working material is very different. I don't write.
I see. You like to get nice. Go.
Yeah, don't write. But if you've heard my jokes, they're well thought out. You know I do a lot of intricate premises, and I retell the same jokes. Like, I have an audition set, that's set.
Okay.
If I'm doing an audition, that's the set.
Okay.
But I don't put pen and paper at all.
Okay, I got you. Okay. I like that. I'm writing a verse right now. No pen has been to paper.
Yeah.
But I keep going over that motherfucker. My sister and my mom was like, "How do you do it?" I was like, "I just wrote this. I ain't write it down. I mean, I just did this. I ain't write it down." She said, "I said, you just keep doing it. It's the same thing as writing. It's the same thing as writing. It's just you don't rely on the paper. And then when you read off the paper, you're reading like a robot. So you gotta."
I feel like that's who we are as people now anyway. Like, you just retain information now. Everything is put into an actual place, put in those places. So who's really using pen and paper anyway?
I mean, most people aren't right now. They're trying to, but as long as you keep sharp with your mind, this is the best. This is the tool right here. Why can I talk the way I talk? And these niggas got credentials because I got the same tool as them. You just gotta use it. Yeah. But we talked a lot. It's probably been a half hour, but real quick, my top 6. I thought of this. I was like, what's my top 5? So I kind of got to put. I got to do Richard because I never liked Eddie. He was funny, but he wasn't like.
Raw's the greatest stand-up ever.
Raw?
Yeah.
I gotta look back at Raw. I mean, personally,
Raw is too influential, bro.
Okay. On that note, but
I think the best stand-up I've ever personally seen is For What It's Worth.
Okay. But I'm an older motherfucker. I'm 80. No.
I love them niggas.
No, I'm 80, like the 80. So as I'm coming up, I'm hearing Richard. I'm hearing Red Fox. And I'm hearing my father and his friends talk. So I'm getting that whatchamacallit. As that's happening, my sisters is watching Eddie Murphy and that shit.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, cool. But when it comes to just that raw realness, I gotta go with, because Richard was the first person, I know everybody's gonna, but Richard was the first person to be like, I'm gonna be me. As far as I'm gonna take my life,
facts,
put it there.
Richard was just raw as fuck. Lenny Bruce was doing that shit.
No, Lenny Bruce was doing it.
Richard was just raw.
But Lenny Bruce was coming from a whole.
It was a different.
Lenny Bruce is kind of, and also you kind of get the Bill Maher type of comedy, and Dennis Leary, because they got agendas with how they doing it. Richard was just like, I fuck the nigga dick, fuck it. Like that's what the fuck. Now I'm not agreeing with that, but I'm just saying, for you to be that open with.
Richard Pryor once told a joke, it's the wildest shit I've ever heard.
We ain't gonna get off the joke. Go ahead.
Nah, but Richard Pryor legit was like, yo, I knew I had to stop drinking when I woke up on the highway to 90. I said, my nigga. Richard Pryor's like, oh shit. And so I got about when he was saying that. I feel you, just from a technical standpoint.
It's mine. We all have our own.
Go rewatch For What It's Worth, though. I really think
I'll do that. I'll do that shit.
I tell people every time.
For What It's Worth, yeah. I remember because I remember seeing it. It came on Showtime or some shit, and he had like the brown or beige. He was dark. He had the mustache. I remember the whole thing. He said some joke. I remember he said some joke. I forget what it was, but he said some joke so funny he laughed and fell on the steps. I remember that shit. Wow. So I will watch it. Guaranteed. Real quick, top 6, top 5, whatever. Richard and Red Fox together, because you can't get boom. That's just it. Of course, Carlin, the most, that his brain and how he definitely.
I really love Carlin.
Carlin, like I used to watch. Me and my father used to watch Carlin specials all the time. Like, and he tell you the fucking truth, some real shit. Carlin, boom. Patrice, of course. I was going to say, like, Patrice, of course. I gotta put, nobody, especially somebody like me, but to this day, he never had a funny joke, and I just liked how he did his shit, and his one line is a killer, Rodney Dangerfield.
I gotta do Rodney. I'm not mad at Rodney.
I gotta do Rodney. Nobody that looks like me really would say that, but Rodney.
I mean, yeah,
Rodney's
fine. No, I get you.
And I came up with the going back to school shit. Rodney's my man.
Like I said, these are just, at some point, this shit's gonna go out. And we already know, these are just my personal favorites.
My favorite new one?
All the niggas. One of my new comments.
No, well, one of my
Gerard Carmichael's a beast. Gerard is a beast. I thought you was gonna say Gerard.
No, I've heard of Gerard.
Favorite new comics.
Well, my recent just share.
Cosmos is alright. I'm a bigger fan. I like Brian Simpson.
You like Brian Simpson?
I love Brian Simpson. Janelle James is a beast. Michelle Wolf is a beast. Mark Norman, beast.
And these are all newer acts, right? These are all newer acts.
Mm-hmm. These are the people who are. This is the class fight before me.
And you know, Godfrey.
I mean, that's a GOAT. That's one of the.
And I watch his stuff.
Oh, Donnell Rawlings doesn't get enough love either. He's a monster.
Okay, you're right.
He's a monster. Yeah. I've seen him live. He's a monster. He's a monster.
Yeah,
He's a monster.
Yeah.
Check out Earthquake Special. Earthquake, another monster.
Yeah, those old school, like I'm glad they're getting their shine now. I'm glad they're getting their shine now.
Rod Wood Jr.'s fired too. It's a funny nigga.
Rod Wood
Jr.
Okay, I gotta look up all these. You got a whole class of new niggas. Okay.
Yeah, man. No, and it's a lot of dope, and all different races, or like comedy. I'll say this: comedy is in the best. It's like music. It's in the best place and its worst place because there's so much great comedy and so much trash comedy. Because it's just so many avenues to get it out.
You know what people in the '90s used to say? Oh, we had trash music in the '90s. Yeah, compare it to the music that was good, but you take that trash music from the '90s compared to the trash music today.
They had the same amount of trash. You should just feel it was
not. But you know what it was? It was produced better.
No, it's
I
not.
think so.
It's not that. They just were able to filter it out. And then in the '90s, the difference was the uniqueness in sound. That's what was specialized. Sounding different.
Well, also, yeah. Oh, you're right. Because everybody didn't sound the same. Like today, to be good, a lot of people sound the same.
Everybody today doesn't sound the same. The people that are marketed sound like that. There's a lot of great music out there.
No.
There's probably more great music now than
I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot of great R&B.
No, there's still great. See, that's a
I'm comparison.
Mm-hmm.
I know where you're going, but comparison, because as a person that I go by MC moniker, not just like a rapper, and I am an entertainer. I could feed off of what drives, like, ooh, that's some good shit, like something like that. I get that more in my later years, in the last few years. I always thought R&B just was way more creative on how they did shit in the last 10 or so years. Just after everybody sounded the same in the early 2000s, because we all had a sound in the early 2000s that mainly everybody used. I think in the 2010s, R&B got a little bit more open with how they did it differently compared to rap.
I disagree, because R&B didn't have Kanye West. R&B didn't have... Wait. We're talking about creativity, right? R&B. A lot of people who do get in that whole 90s market. Like I said, I was born in '88, right? So,
yeah. You just say years in. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I understand.
You made the cusp.
Yeah. But I feel like a lot of times we get caught up in that. Like, if you're gonna ask me right now, you ask me who I think the greatest rapper is of all time.
I don't think there's
like when it's all said and done.
But when it's all said and done?
When it's all said and done, who's gonna be the greatest rapper of all time?
Do I get to guess?
Yeah.
Is it an obvious?
It's an obvious answer.
Is it Nas?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, but
greatest rapper ever.
Ever?
Ever.
I wouldn't say that. Kendrick doesn't drive me the way I know he. It's not. He's not. I like his songs, but I'm not feeling for Kendrick. It doesn't drive me.
See, I'm a fan of the technicians, man.
But I see where that comes. So technically, M is still. He might not say shit you like.
Name a great Eminem album, please. And we can do this right now, bro. M got singles, M got hits. Name a
His
great
greatest album, probably.
I didn't say his greatest. I said name a classic Eminem album. Name one.
From top to bottom.
Exactly.
And I used to fuck with him. The
Right.
closest you're gonna have is the second album.
Exactly. And
That's it.
and the fact that that's a debate. Now name a classic Eminem.
No, they say that's his classic album.
No, they say
that's
it is.
Yeah.
It's not a classic. It's not a universal classic. When
Commercially,
we don't give a fuck about commercial. That white boy was always gonna sell.
Yeah, still.
Are we talking about Macklemore got the Grammy over Good Kid, Mad City? Are we really gonna talk about commercial?
No, I don't like Macklemore.
Exactly.
Macklemore does whatever the fuck Macklemore does.
Exactly. So
Yeah. I'm
I'm
saying technically. You said you.
when
you're
I
paying
say
attention.
when I say
You're
technically,
paying- Okay.
I'm talking about
No, and let's be clear.
okay.
His first album, I didn't listen to Section
correct.
80 all the way through.
Mhm.
His first, the Good Sit, that's a classic.
Section 80 straight through fire.
Okay. The
Good Kid,
fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then he had the Butterfly. What is?
Classic.
Then he had Raw. Was it Raw?
No,
Was it
damn.
Damn, I knew it.
Classic. He had the little Untitled joint. The nigga doesn't miss.
I like J. Cole.
Better than Cole.
I like J.
He's
Cole.
better than Cole.
I like-
Cole's missed before.
Okay.
Eyes only.
Okay, but
Cole's missed.
all right, but if you want to do albums, then you got to do like obviously you're a Ye fan.
Of course, I'm a Ye fan.
You're a Ye fan, and Ye had shit first, second. To me, my favorite of all his is his second.
That's my favorite, but his best is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Everybody goes to that. You know what? Everybody goes to that album like they go to Volume 2 with Jay-Z, and I'm like, that's
Volume
Volume Hard Knock Life.
That first one.
They go to that like that's it because it's got number hits
I
on
don't
it.
think that's even in my top 5 Jay-Z albums. If we're being honest with you.
I'm just saying with the mass of people.
Yeah, but when you talk about My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, the masses are actually right. That is Ye's best album.
I don't go to that album as
You don't go to Devil in a New Dress. You don't go to Hell.
No, that shit is fine.
You don't go to Dark Fantasy. You don't go to Soul Paul.
I got tired.
The whole album is flames, bro.
I like fucking.
I love Late Registration. I love Late Registration.
To me, oh my god.
I mean, Ye probably got the most complete catalog in.
I'll be real. Diamonds Are Forever did it for me. I was like, this nigga took a Bond joint and flipped it, and I rapped over. Listen, that record, the remix record, the one with Nas on there, the fucking the one with the Adam nigga on there.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite
man.
too. My Beautiful Dark
Come on, man.
Is better than that.
All right, listen, we gotta stop all this shit. We going back and forth. Bust it. I just got back from DR.
I'm gonna ask that you refrain from going too crazy with the details of DR, because I'm trying to take my man there for his bachelor party, and if his girl sees it, she ain't gonna let me go. So DR was a great time.
Yeah, this nigga put me on what you record. DR was great.
Beautiful.
No, DR was yo, hold on.
Bible study?
Yes, it was Bible study.
Beautiful. As he takes a shot of the alcohol.
The whiskey. The Woodford Reserve. 00. Now, We Out Travel Group. Shout out to Lit Homie Jack, my brother. He's doing big things. He's a travel agent. He got partners. Shout out to B. And they have been not just going to DR. This is the second trip I think they did to DR.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They've been doing like mass trips with people they know, and people that do. When we went down there, we met up with a travel group from Chicago. You know what I mean? And we went on excursions. Some people went on the room buggy joints. Some people was going to have dinner where the dinner goes up in the sky, and they got, you know what I mean? They held on. I didn't do that, but people that I know did that. So it was fun. It was great. It was great to get out of the country. I mean, the air was beautiful. The place was beautiful. Everything was beautiful. The water was beautiful. I needed to get away.
Party spot.
Listen, man. Listen, man, you ain't gonna want to leave. I told him if my plane leave me, I'm just gonna get a job down here. Fuck it. So I want to shout out everybody. The We Out Travel Group. You know what I mean? I have fun. All of them. I can't remember all the names. Shout out to the 9. Shout out to the 6. We repping from the 6 though. You know what I mean? I know what the 9 did, but nigga, we repping for the 6. That's an inside thing. You know what I mean? It's inside, so they know what it is. But yeah, it was a lot of my brother would say it was a lot of things going on. It was a lot of
Bible study.
Yeah, it was a lot of Bible study, a lot of church praying, you know what I mean, right before Easter, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It was all that good shit, you know what I mean? It was black people enjoying themselves in a lovely manner.
Clean, fun for bachelor parties, right? How the fuck you do this?
That's right. That's right. You know what I mean?
Like I read between the lines, baby.
You know what I mean? You know, it was beach walks at night and shit. You know, it was rainy nights and it was nice. It was beautiful things happening.
I've heard.
You've seen pictures and seen videos.
Bad Bible study.
That clip is called Bible study. So you know, I had to shout them out. You know what I mean? But stay tuned because when we go on these trips, we have, I guess you would call a videographer. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Big Scotty, my man. And he filmed. No. Well, if you want me to be real,
evidence of Bible study.
If you want to be real with Bible study, what I think the videographer got isn't all that was going on.
Of course. It's like a music.
It's a collage of sorts, you know. Yeah. So shout out to Scotty, you know what I mean, and they'll have they've been sending he's been sending pics and stuff now, and they'll have a video because this will be season 3, and he do seasonal, so each trip is a season, and then you have episodes that come out of that. So basically getting a series going on, trying to get that rocking with it. So shout out to my man, Live Homie, Jack, and B. And everybody in between. I know, I didn't say your names, but I'll tag you and shit. Yeah, man, we done did probably an hour already just talking about comedy. But I want to tell you genuinely, and I wanna say everyone, whoever supports me, whoever comes down and does this pod, I want to thank you guys. Y'all don't have to, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to get everything moving. And I want to thank y'all. I just want to say that. We got a lot of stuff going on here, man. K-Slay.
Rest in peace, man.
That was a shock. I didn't know that was going on.
I knew he was sick.
Yeah.
I knew he was sick.
And then you talked about how you didn't like the Western medical field.
Yeah, that's not my thing.
Nah, and I think ever since my father passed away and the way it happened, even though I know he was sick and all that, the way it happened, I was never good with how it happened. And then when the whole 2-year thing happened, because I can't say certain things or they'll they'll cut you off. When that happened and people started mysteriously disappearing, I'm like, nah. I was like, if my people get sick, I don't want them going to the hospital. I really fear the hospital more than anything else.
But yeah, no, don't worry, y'all. I don't say shit about it. Everything got me blocked on the gram.
You used to say that shit?
Nah, I don't know what it be like. I felt like...
Bro, they blocked me, not to cut you off, they blocked me for naming the clip White Power. Well, not blocked me, but they took it off for naming the clip White Power. I was like, it had nothing to do with inciting violence.
You see my jokes?
That's why I like jokes like that. I like jokes like that. I like jokes that ruffle the feathers. I like jokes that get people uncomfortable because that's reality. You got to deal with that. I don't like when people be like, I never. What the fuck is this? The 50s? Like, why is everybody so sensitive now? So, you know what I mean? The thing that happened with K-Slay is very unfortunate, especially for hip hop, especially for all the newcomers and rappers and MCs. You know what I mean? Because he always gave people a chance. He gave people
definition of longevity.
He's one of the OGs, especially in New York, and
staple in the mixtape game.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. So
you know what I mean? Had his hands and everything. We're still out here making moves too, man.
He had, I think his last video too was like 3 or 4 months, like before he went in.
He was still getting some money, man.
So R.I.P. to K Slay.
Prayers up to his family, man.
You know what I mean?
Prayers up, man.
Yeah, 100%. You heard about this Amber Heard chick?
Who is Amber Heard?
Okay, Amber Heard is the girl that's fucking up Johnny Depp. Amber Heard that one. She was in Aqua or something.
Oh, you know what it is? I really don't concern myself with like rich white problems. Nah, man, it's like I go out of my way to like not care about rich white problems. I actively do it.
Rich white problems.
Yeah, I actively do it. Like I can give a fuck about rich white people. So
okay, I get you. I understand.
No disrespect, rich white people. Come to my show, please, rich white people.
He got that plea right there. Rich white people spend money and just
and then
gradually leave.
Stop recording your lives. All right, we don't want to see that shit. Nobody wants to see that. Let's be real. Black pain is way more entertaining anyway.
Black pain is. I see why you're a comedian, brother. I see, and you got it right there, backing. He's like, what? Oh no.
Nah, yeah, I never heard, man. Nah,
yeah.
I saw a clip of it. Like I said, I throw right by that.
I mean, just hearing she's one of those type of women that get mad, don't get their way, go fed,
cold, start hitting allegedly. Start hitting in the air.
Yeah, and that's not supposed to be the first person.
You date white women?
Huh?
You date white women?
No, I've never had. No, think about it.
Like fuck white women, I don't date white women now. They're crazy.
Oh, you can get caught up with that whole situation.
Nah, they're crazy.
I mean, I've dealt with light skin. That's close enough. And that's crazy enough. That's close and crazy enough for me.
You shake like it, man.
Hey, I got a history. ASAP, they trying to lock him down. He got Riri pregnant.
He should have known it was coming, son.
Well, first they tried. Isn't this a rumor that he supposedly got somebody else pregnant at the same time? Supposedly, I don't want to. See, I don't like talking too much because rumor bait.
If ASAP is cheating on Rihanna before he gets married to her, shame on him. You wait till she gets married, that way you can work through it behind closed doors. I didn't believe that personally. I didn't believe that he was cheating up. So when it came out that it was false, I already knew that. Because it wouldn't have came out that way. Yeah, I was with the $1 billion, nigga. That shit, if you don't want that shit to come out that way,
it's not gonna come out that way. You're right.
Yeah,
but right after that, boom, now he gets locked up for something that happened a year or two ago.
Oh, yeah,
supposed to be a shooting or something.
He thought he was gonna be able to have his baby for free. Alright, nigga, I know. You thought the hard part was getting her pregnant. No, nigga, that baby gotta get here.
He ain't even done yet.
They gonna make you earn that father. What's 5? I mean, his girl got it. Like,
his girl's a Billy. She's a Billy, right?
His baby mom got it.
She's a Billy, right?
Yeah, in fact, ASAP gonna be standing right behind her.
ASAP.
So win for it. Don't hate on that nigga.
I'm not mad at him.
Find that nigga. Ask what he's for.
But supposedly they had relationships before, like on and off. So I guess.
Listen, find that nigga. Ask what he prayed for. What was your prayer, my nigga?
I have no idea.
I want to say. Oh my God, that damn knowledge is still true like I'm a real ass nigga.
Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
I seen the video, the actual video.
Did he put the nigga out though?
No, he started doing the boom 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 on his face. Now,
all right, Mike old now.
No, but also you gotta understand.
This is a regular nigga you hit.
This was a white boy, white people problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a white boy, and I seen the actual video. If you've seen the pictures, you gotta see the video to understand why the fuck this happened. The white boy got excited that Michael was a seat ahead of him. I guess his other friend was taping him. Now, as he's taping him, he's like, yo, my man, you see Michael right here. Then he starts talking to Michael all crazy, doing shit. And his friend says verbatim, oh, my man, he's lit. He was drunk. He's lit. And he says that he's doing too much. His friend says that he's bugging out. He's wild. He keeps doing it. And I guess Mike told him, like, yo, yeah, cool, but chill out. And he kept going. Mike does what Mike do when you keep fucking with it. He's like a pit.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen Jamie Foxx do that whole intro when he was like, yo, calm down, Mike, all that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Don't fuck with this nigga. And he's been on his peaceful shit.
Can we be honest? Mike was never wrong. I don't even know.
No. I know he's not wrong, but
he wouldn't have been wrong even if he was.
All the perception is going to look at. I'm talking about perception wise.
Nah, Mike has the people. I'll be real with you. Mike is one of those niggas that's gonna get the benefit of the doubt, and they're gonna look at the story. If this is old Mike, then it'd be an issue. But nah,
he just came out with the Mike bite.
This is Mike. This is Mike with the weed, nigga. This is peaceful Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Mike is good. Mike could have.
No, but the video helps him out even more because you tell that when you look at it, you could tell this dude is just being on his idiot.
But you gotta understand the narrative, man. Mike, I'm telling you. People like Mike was good. Mike could have just hit that nigga just because. People would have just been like, yo, I'm just happy Mike still, like, he still got it. Niggas don't give a fuck. Mike is cool. Mike is good. Mike could have beat that nigga up.
You see the other joint where the guy pulls out a gun in front of Mike and he put it down on the other dude, but Mike was just like this the whole time. And then talked to the nigga and he was like, alright, I'm cool.
Listen, have you heard the story? This is Mike Tyson nigga, like you've heard the story. Like when Mike used to go to what club was it? He used to go to the Tunnel, Dola. Oh
yeah, I've heard of
it. All his chains on. And that shit would just part like the road. Right? Nah, like Mike is, that's a different.
He was
Mike a real life enemy character, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying it just happened.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I heard about it.
And people are going to.
I didn't see the video, so I can't.
I seen the video, so if you see the pictures, it's just gonna look like, oh, Mike is whatchamacallit, but this.
I didn't even see the picture. I literally heard about it. Like I literally just heard.
I think it came out earlier today.
There's somebody talking about it. I heard about it. I didn't see it. I'll be real. I wasn't really on the gram like that today.
Okay. No problem.
But no, I didn't see it. I want to check it out now.
Okay, yeah.
I want to see Mike hitting it. I'm just kind of tight that Mike really out here getting older. Cause like normally, like Mike wouldn't have had to hit that nigga more than once.
Yeah. I gotta ask you because I've been trying to get you on. Cause remember I told you when I seen you, I was like, yo, get you on. And when I got back from the trip, I was like, all right, there's some people that I gotta get back in touch with. So I got phone, I got D. But I think I tried to get you prior to that, then you were busy.
Yeah.
And I know you're busy. That's kind of why you're here today, because originally it was supposed to be next week, but you have a show.
Yes.
And this show is in Morris Plains, Morristown?
No. I went to that Morris Plains show yesterday.
Okay, but you're doing one.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not. No, I haven't. I'm next Wednesday. I'm probably in Eastville.
Eastville?
Yeah, Eastville, Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. That's where I'm at next Wednesday. All weekend I'm at Absalon Friday
and Saturday.
So Absalon on Friday I'm headlining. I'm closing out that show.
Okay.
Saturday I'm hosting that show.
Okay.
That's my first produced show.
Okay.
And I'm hosting that. And then
you've been kind of staple in that.
Yeah,
so far you've been helping the people that run it.
The people who run it have been helping me.
Shout out to them. Shout
out to Absalon Studios. Shout out to Stephanie Fire, but the nigga who I really have to shout out is Dwayne Burris. DJ Comedy. He is he's a real actual established producer, bro.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
He has access to a lot of great comedy. He really fucks with my comedy. He saw me do my birthday show, and when I did my birthday show, I did 40 minutes clean, right? Just hard. And he was like, he said this thing. He usually told me, he's like, people don't do that, right? So then he saw me, then they let me close out a couple times doing 20 minutes sets. And I get hated on for that shit, because I can do that shit a year in. You feel me?
I want to get to some other things, please.
Finish the topic, because I go, but yeah. Shout out to Dwayne, like, he really believed in me, bro. That's what I'm going to say. Okay. So he got me as a headliner everywhere, bro. I'm at Bushwick. I got Bushwick Public House this Sunday. I'm headlining there.
Okay.
July 9th. I'm not gonna cut. It's almost confirmed. So I'm not even gonna say it.
Don't say it then.
But we got it.
There's wood right there for us.
we got a theater. I'm a headline. We know I don't.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Big theater. Okay, definitely.
Yeah, now he's really trying to get his game back up in terms of producing. He was going crazy before the pandemic, and then the pandemic shut that shit down. But now he wants to forefront me as a feature headline. I mean, he really rocking me. He thinks my shit was fire.
He believes in him.
Yeah, man, that's dope.
That's so fucking dope. That's what's up.
Yeah, tell you that. Throw that out.
All right, shout out to him. Verse is
the way, yeah, DBJ Comedy Verse, man. Shout out to you, bro.
All right. I'll say it at the end. What I was gonna say. I gotta ask you, Slap. I gotta ask you because you're a comedian, and I've been and obviously shout out to Coach Comedy Dre.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to him because I had him up here, and I told him I'm gonna have him back. Don't worry, Dre, I'm gonna have you back. You know what I mean? And Bill, I need to get Billy up on here too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've been doing it for a while, and I was like, I gotta get more comedians in here. And I always had you in mind. I was like, yo, he's doing it right now. The motherfucker's catching flames, bro. I was like, okay. So I was like, I'm definitely gonna have you on here. But I gotta ask you about the Slap only because I haven't talked to someone that, and I seen what you said right after that. You was like, yeah, you know those. What? And say exactly what you said before. I want to fuck it up.
So it was. I was there at joke once. It was.
It was funny.
I was like, it's like y'all see me on this stage. Every stereotype you ever thought about a black man, I want you to assume that shit about me. Damn, that shit's funny, right? So it's. Oh man, I'll be real. As a comedian, we heard. That's why I didn't do a lot of material on it.
No, but you don't need to. It's gonna be. Yeah. I just want to get your take on it.
Will Smith's a bitch ass nigga, and it's part of this new wave of niggas that are being run by their wives. You feel me?
Oh, that. Yeah. There's a set of motherfuckers that think that was no bitch ass nigga shit.
Oh yeah.
And this is no disrespect.
Oh, I know. I went at those niggas on Facebook.
No,
I did.
Okay, good.
I went at some of these niggas on Facebook. The niggas who was talking about, oh, I would slap the nigga if he would have disrespected my wife like that. And I said, most niggas who feel like that was okay only do that if they cheat on their wives. So they have to do that aggressively to compensate. First of all, use a bitch ass nigga if you felt that was okay. Number two,
but they also,
if your girl lets you do that, that's not a good woman.
That's true.
Right?
She didn't hold shit back.
She didn't hold nothing back.
She didn't hold nothing.
She didn't work.
Yo, she's concentrating on this red table. Go ahead. She's jealous
of that. A good woman is not going to allow you to embarrass yourself like that. But again, in the words of the great Corey Holcomb, that is what happens when you have a cankerous whore, right, who is jealous of you, or wife.
Oh, shit.
Be careful who you have babies with. Be careful who you get married to, because
cankerous whore. Thank you.
What you are starting to see is the Samson complex. No matter how powerful you are.
I went to Catholic school, so I heard this story all the fucking time.
If a woman wants to destroy you, she's going to find your weakness and she's going to exploit it.
Cut it off, baby.
You feel me? So that's all that was. All right. And he lucky it was Chris Rock.
He wouldn't have did it to nobody else.
I wish it was Joe Rogan.
He wouldn't have did it to nobody else.
I really wish it was Joe Rogan.
No.
If it was listen, it didn't matter.
First of all, when it comes to the psyche, because this is all ego. And this is one of the things that I told you in my 5 year, I had to confront my ego and be like, listen, even if I'm embarrassed, I gotta take that. I can't allow you to run my shit. Because you're gonna run my shit into the ground, right? We all gotta have an ego. We're men. We definitely gotta have an ego. But it has to be controlled. You can't just go off.
I killed mine. No, I did it.
Wow.
With mushrooms. I took, they were the penis envy mushrooms.
You know?
Penis envy.
It's called penis envy.
Penis envy mushrooms. And I microdosed it and...
Wait, are these the regular mushroom type joints? Or this is like some
No, these are actual like organic mushrooms.
Okay.
Like
and it's called penis envy mushroom.
Yeah.
It's funny because she just said mushrooms look like. All right, go ahead. That's a whole other situation.
But nah, man, ego really is.
Especially the black men. Especially. I mean, to them, yes. But it kills us.
It's the essence of weakness. Once you can control and understand, it means nothing. Because ego is a sense of proving to others. Right? That's all ego is. Ego is a sense of how you look, how others view you. So when you literally become so comfortable in self and just being in self, your ego becomes irrelevant. That's how you get ego.
That's right. That's 100% correct. That's 100% correct. See, I'm the type of motherfucker, it don't bother me to be wrong. Like, to me, I learned we have to be wrong in order to learn.
100%.
But people don't think that way. They think that's why you have people just talking until someone shuts up so they can feel like they're right. They just talk.
No,
but you're not getting to no point. If I come here with a point and you could counter that point that something makes more sense, I'm like, wait a minute, you're right, that makes sense. I don't have to be ashamed if that's your ego talking too when you allow that to happen.
It's the need to be right in an opinion, in an objective situation. It's impossible to be right in about an opinion. Right?
Yeah, because
there's certain things that are facts and there are certain things that are fiction. Right? And so those things are not to be argued, they're just to be documented. But in an issue that is about opinion, right, there's no right or wrong. So trying to get somebody to see your point of view and then being upset when they can't see your point of view literally is absolutely ridiculous. You don't learn. And again, that is rooted in ego because it is, again, the sense of if you know you're right, you can literally revel in that fact to yourself without needing to prove that to somebody. That's what I'm saying. Ego is literally just being sure and completely in tune with oneself. So you're not even remotely. That was Kobe. People thought Kobe was driven by ego. Kobe was driven by process. Right? Kobe was able to literally meditate and put himself to where all he cared about was the moment. That's why pressure doesn't exist. Pressure is bullshit. What is pressure? Pressure is failing. What is failing? There's no such thing as pressure.
Pressure upon is as you feeling that something
like you need to if I don't succeed then everything ends, but it's really not true.
That's just you.
That's all you. Pressure doesn't exist. You make that up. That's why when you see somebody, you'll see an artist who performs in front of 50,000 people compared to 5,000. How are you doing? What's the difference? What's 5 people compared to 50,000? If I don't do well, I do it tomorrow. There's no such thing as pressure. Huh? That's how you see a nigga. That was the secret. That's meditation. I'm trying to meditate. That's really what that is. That's really centering yourself to understand none of that shit, all of that shit is really made up. It's all man-made. He's feeling a lot of pressure. From who?
They sure know how to put things in people's minds and have them all fucked
up. That's exactly what it is. But the people who get to the pinnacle of success are those who really do understand that pressure is nothing. You literally just fall in love with process. Process is what it is, perfection of craft. That's why the people who are obsessed of perfecting their craft, those are the people that skyrocket to the pinnacle of what they're supposed to be. Pressure doesn't exist. They fail every day. How many songs you didn't done that you threw away? Does that, if you have a trash song, does that mean you don't continue?
No.
You go to the next one. You put pressure on yourself to deliver a classic album.
No,
that's
you just do it.
Some
people do. But I'm just saying that. Yeah, you're right.
You never do.
Because
anybody who's ever dropped a classic has always told you, I just did that album.
When I did the performance, I didn't do the best, but I rushed it. I didn't do. And then when I got there, I pressured myself out of it. But normally, I say fuck it. I go up there, I have fun. Whatever happens, happens. But when I go up there, have fun, everybody likes it.
I always ask people, I'm like, yo, if you go up there and you do trash, are you gonna stop?
Well, dealing with comedy, and I'll talk to you. I feel like in comedy, you have to bomb. Now,
you don't have to. Almost every comic does.
I would think me, and this is not the ego. I'm just thinking as a process. I would think you would have to, because even if you're good, you could con yourself into a comfort zone where that could backfire on you.
I'll tell you, I've bombed a handful of times. Okay, bad.
Well, how did you feel? How did you?
I can tell you exactly why I bombed every time. The first time I bombed was the first time of my residency. All right,
that was your first time.
Like, no, I got arrested, so I did an audition. My second audition ever. I got arrested. So I got a complete, from July all the way through October, I got booked spots at Broadway Comedy Club and New York Comedy Club. So the first set of that residency, I bombed. The reason why is because I was super overconfident. Audiences can read that, right? You're like, I'm gonna go out here and kill it. I'm not. You're not going out there to make them laugh. For you, you're going out there to show off like how funny you are.
Oh, okay, you got that on.
They humble you. Alright?
Okay.
I don't do well in black rooms either. Niggas don't listen to jokes. Niggas wanna. It's
like I don't go to black barbers.
I'm like 1 for 4 in black rooms. Like, I've done Bill's rooms before, bombed both times.
Wait. What's
the one black room I've ever done? They had a sold out show at Absalon. It was like 50 niggas drinking Hennessy, right? And I fucking killed. You know why? I went back to T-Net. All I did was call out shit in the room and roast. I couldn't do no material.
Oh yeah, because they
don't want to hear that shit. They never want to hear that.
Oh, they just want to hear you.
So you can kill black rooms. They
want to hear you roast, motherfucker.
Yeah. Or they want to hear shit that's relatable. You've heard my shit. I got pedophilia jokes. They want to hear that shit.
Well, see, if you can't laugh about it, then people get mad, right? Yeah. But it's like, what? You can't laugh about it. You have to laugh about it.
And when you hear about the basis,
listen, you told me you started doing comedy. And your source, I was like, damn it, it's always that. A lot of comedy comes from pain.
Oh, 100%.
Most of it comes from pain. Whether you're awkward, something happened to you, your family, it comes from pain. And that's how you deal with it. Yes, it's the process.
How you process.
Shit. Listen, man. We just got weed in Jersey, nigga. Weed in Jersey.
Oh, yes. Oh, man. Weed in Jersey.
Yeah.
I
figured you would have.
Because, I don't have a lot of weed jokes, but I don't have weed jokes.
You don't?
Nah, weed's not a joke to me.
No, I'm just saying you don't have weed jokes.
No, weed is not a joke to me. I don't joke about it.
Have you always smoked? This is next year.
I've been smoking since I was 17 years old.
Okay, so
guys, mom.
I'm late.
Huh?
I'm late.
Yeah,
I used to smoke here. Like if someone had it, I could take it.
I smoke for anxiety though.
Okay, that's a.
They tried to put me on Xanax.
Okay, you've been on meds before?
No.
Okay.
I never believed in meds. I've always been,
I don't like aspirin.
Yeah,
tell me.
I really try. Yeah,
I try not. Like once, like if I'm really out of it, I'm like, all right, I'll take an aspirin. But I don't like taking none of that. I'll take a walk,
and I eat particularly food as much as I can. Comedy, I'm gonna learn how to balance that fat. All right.
Yeah, because you were and you still got the shape, but it's like you were super duper. I was looking at the back. I was like, damn, this nigga was super shredded out.
That's all I did. What was that?
We were talking about weed in in New York or Jersey.
Yeah. But it's about damn time. I mean, it's a bit. I mean, I've been smoking freely drink since I was 26. That's why I started drinking. It's a whole time. Nah, man, it's about time. I think they're gonna legalize it. It's just annoying. What I will say about it is, I'm not buying from no dispensary because kind of bullshit that they didn't okay any black cannabis business. These are not all 56. And it just miraculously all of a sudden passed legalization for recreational sale this month.
I think today.
Yeah, today. Yeah, today. It's all strategic. You know, that, so yeah, I mean, yeah, it's cool, it's legal, but it's still, again, it's another slap in the face to black people. And if you don't know that, and people say, well, it's weed, it's whatever, I'm like, nah, it's how we close the way, the wealth gap, bro. Like,
yeah, because they could still try to.
I mean, what they do, they're still doing it. The only thing we're gonna get from this is maybe they're gonna expunge and clear weed records, so niggas who spend 15, 20 years to get for a pound of weed to actually come out. That's probably the only thing we have to do. You know what I'm saying? They do it completely artificial.
Well, that's number one of my topics that is kind of near and dear to me and you possibly, supporting Bergen County. How do you see it?
It's not there. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. I'm really trying not to focus on it. I'm trying to create a different, because I really believe in manifestation.
Well, you're not just zoning everything here. It's
quite the contrary. I'm spreading my wings everywhere so I can create that hub of fear.
Well, because
motherfuckers just, let's just call it what it is. They just don't want to come fuck with you.
No,
they can see your shit being dope.
I call it they are the bandwagon theory. They will when other people accept you.
Exactly.
It's just because that's how it works out.
And then you know what the crazy thing is? Then niggas really be mad at you when you come back and you don't talk to niggas, bro. Like,
nigga, you didn't fuck with me before I was doing this shit.
Oh, so you had to see, Chappelle had to tell you I was funny before you came to it.
Yeah, because they don't believe it. They don't want, because you gotta understand.
Niggas will watch your shit. I promise you. And I've seen it. I promise you. I've seen it, yo. Like, it's real shit. Niggas will watch your shit, look at your shit, tell you your shit's not funny. Let the right motherfucker tell you that the joke that they said was funny. Funny. I promise you. Motherfuckers gonna go back, like that joke, and say, yo, I had no idea you was this funny. This is what we are living in, son. I don't even dwell on it no more, bro. I don't dwell on it anymore. I'm just out here living life, yo. Because if you do, you're gonna get bitter.
I've gotten over that.
So
I made most, like, when I was out rapping, doing my thing in the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, whatever, I was always in the city. I used to go to spots by myself and be like, yo, I'm Jersey, rock out. Nobody there that knows me. Yo, your shit fire. Yeah. Where you at? Because they ain't gonna believe you. It's like you gotta go on like an army tour and come back for them to believe.
It's partially why I came looking for with you. It's just because I feel like you do need that. There's gonna be maybe it's a numbers game. 100 people who see this episode, 5 people who come check it out. You know what I'm saying? From my Bergen County, that's 5 niggas who wouldn't have come to fuck with you. And that's how you create that. You gotta sow seeds.
You gotta shake hands.
It's just you see it, and maybe sometimes we get caught up in that whole like thinking it's different everywhere else. It feels like it looks like it's different everywhere else. It may not be different. It may be the same shit where niggas feel like they don't feel like you pop. But I've heard people like keeping it a stack with you. This nigga from the Bronx who's out here pushing me out here. You feel me? Mm-hmm. This nigga's the one who's out here pushing me in the city. So I'm gonna get popping in the city, right? Yeah. Come back to Jersey, right? And not be talking to niggas as they come in and making them pay full price for my shirts.
Because they're gonna be like, yo, I know who's gonna go down the way.
It's even years, nigga. I got amnesia. Alright, full price.
Now, real quick, you said, can I touch on the anxiety?
Yes.
I, for one, it may be, because it took me a while to understand I was kind of dyslexic. I never knew it was an issue, but I'm able to get lost in words a lot. And like reading, like books, I'll get lost in it. Or when I write, the line will be in my head, but I write it a different way. You know what I mean? So that's my situation with dyslexia. But I never really had. I always felt like I'm either nervous, and when I get nervous, I don't like being nervous. So that puts fear into me. When I get fearful, I get mad that I'm fearful, so then I get angry. And then it goes into a blackout thing. I never felt that I had anything like anxiety. Can you explain that to me? Like, because I hear people talk about all the time, and I
full-on panic attack before. Panic attack, get hard to breathe, chest gets tight. And I don't know what it is with me. Like anxiety to me is more behavior. And I've had to learn how to manage it and do it all. Like, I started to foreshadow. I started to think about everything that I'm gonna do. You start thinking about every possible angle it can be. Like, if I do it this way, it's gonna happen this way. So I'll do it this way. For me, anxiety comes from my mind. Don't shut the fuck up.
it keeps going.
It's going.
Okay.
Right? Especially if you just constantly working, so how it affects me physically is the shortness of breath.
Okay.
That it feels like your heart rate is increased. I don't know if my heart rate is increased, to be honest with you.
You can feel your pulse? I put my pulse on.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta be real. I don't know. Like, I dead ass legitimately don't know if it's my heart rate increasing or if it's just
you panicking so much to the point where you
so
feel that that's happening.
And now you start to feel that. You start to feel that right in the middle of your stomach. It's not a comfortable feeling. They tried to I take Xanax one time. I didn't like Xanax. Like Xanax shut your brain off. I didn't like.
In what fashion? Like you just feel like you're like you drooly?
Not drooly, just foggy. I didn't really remember much.
Oh,
okay. Me personally. I don't know.
People take that shit that's on
like it's nothing. Well, I know, because it brings them down. It's like, they say it's like essentially it gives you the mellow psychosis of smoking THC. I'm really usually on that. So yeah. I just never. I was smoking weed. I started smoking weed when I was 17 on some, like, I smoked with a white girl.
Okay.
So I graduated from Paramus High School. So
was you Catholic?
No. Paramus, like Paramus High.
Where is that at?
Is it one of them woody? Is it on Forest? Is it on Forest? Yo, yeah, right on Forest. Yeah.
I knew. I was like, you gotta be over Forest.
Off Forest, yeah. Or was it Farview? One of them shit.
One of them with an F.
So yeah. So junior, senior year. So I started smoking weed. I progressively raised that. Okay. Probably like in the summer before I moved in, and really once I started living there. And then I stopped, and I used to drink a lot. Okay. Early 20s.
You was getting in the habit. This is my first drink since the goddamn vacay. I couldn't do anything.
And I just feel like I was going to see somebody that I could never get settled. It was hard to sleep, couldn't get settled, and I kind of really felt good because I was smoking. First night I smoke, I get fucking splat. I get fucked up. Now I don't. I smoke literally therapeutically. Okay. Working out, I don't take pre-workouts or nothing like that. I don't take no protein. I smoke for my workouts and gas and all that.
I like doing that.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, smoking to me, I always tell people, I want you to smell how happy I feel. And I want you to, I want you to smell how happy I feel.
It's a gap that's getting, my mom don't rock with it. So, like, she knows that I just don't.
You said you're 100% Jamaican?
100% Jamaican.
She's Jamaican?
She's never smoked weed in her life.
Okay. But she knows, she's obviously from the...
her favorite brother blow it down. It's just different.
I feel you. You're the son.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
So I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But I from just really from a medical therapeutic standpoint, like, I feel like the reason why it was so well-known is because a lot of those things that they use for those pharmaceutical pills that you could use THC for instead. So
this really
I tell people all it does is amplify whatever you're feeling. Or you hear people say, "Oh, you're gonna be lazy."
No, I'm focused. Listen, I tell you all the time, man.
I be at work, but it's not.
No, I be.
Of course, but that's how doing. It's not
Like,
even about that.
If
you're a lazy person,
you gonna do lazy shit.
you're just a lazy person.
Yeah.
You don't have to smoke weed to be lazy. You just smoking weed and then blaming the weed for being lazy. Yeah. All that is, bro.
I'm very creative, motivated, and I like to work with hands-on. So give me that and let me be. I tell everybody, just leave me alone. Let me get in my zone, and the job will get done. The job will get done. You know what I mean? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. But shit, we probably done talk about most of everything. Let me see what we got here. Yeah,
you got any shows that you want to shout out that you got, brother?
Absolutely,
make sure they know the shows.
Alright, let me let them know. Alright, so let me go to the schedule actually.
Oh, look at it, got the schedule on deck.
Yeah, I'm rocking out here, man. Let me shamelessly plug myself.
Go ahead, do all that.
Alright, so you can catch me out here. I'm at the Stand, Broadway Comedy Club, Friendly Village Comedy Club. I was working out at the Strip, but I'm not there no more. Eastville, you're going to see me there. Bushwick, Bushwick Public House, Absalon Studios, that's my home club. Notable shows on the way up, 1 second.
We might need 2 hours, I think. I can't.
Oh yeah, I could do this, man. Is what I do.
No, and bust it. I like talking to people like that have that mind that's just gonna go there and not afraid of doing that. You know what I mean?
Alright, so my first show that I'm producing, like with actual other comics, because I did a sold out show for my birthday. Where I did my first floor special. I'm gonna drop that.
Where was that?
That was at Absalon.
Absalon.
My own club. I'm actually gonna drop that. I was supposed to drop it the 17th, but I'll probably drop it the same night as the show.
Oh, you got a visual?
Yeah, I did a little mini special.
Okay, that's what's up. Alright, look out for that.
I'm at Absalon all weekend this weekend. I'm there Friday, headlining. I'm there hosting. I'm in Bushwick Public House, 6:30. May 7th, I'm at the Stand. I'm at Absalon next week again. I'm at Absalon all weekend next weekend.
All weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Okay. Probably Bushwick. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I am there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm lying. Yeah. I got Greenwich Village Comedy Club coming up on the 7th as well. And a couple more shows, man. May 6th, I may pop another show as well. Yeah, man. Listen, what you can do is you follow a nigga at Andre 2999. That's Andre 29999. That's 3 9s I said, right?
That's right.
Follow a nigga, right?
Follow a nigga.
If you follow a nigga, I always post my shows and shit, right?
And shit.
If you're not, now listen, if you're sensitive, right, don't fucking follow me.
That's what I say.
I'm being real, like I don't care.
Yeah,
if you sensitive and you follow me and you give my comments, I hope you're attractive. So I will roast the shit out of you. You're gonna block me and then I'm gonna get my page taken away from both. I don't wanna do all that. So please, if you have an open mind, I talk about everything. I talk about white people.
I talk about white people.
I talk a lot about white people.
And white people are your fans.
Huh? I love white. Listen.
No, but those
are my niggas. I love white people, man. White people come to the shows. Niggas support me. Niggas support me.
Going to support you.
Niggas support me.
Is going to support you.
The merch drop the 23rd. This is 83K, almost 3K. I got short sleeves coming. I got they're all oversized shirts as well, all large, extra large. I'm gonna need this. Yeah, baby, I got you. Yeah. I'm dropping everything the 23rd on my show, so you should really pull up. You feel me?
23rd?
Yeah, the lineup is crazy. These are all new. No, 23rd, yeah. The lineup is gonna be crazy. I got my shot these niggas out. My man Malachi the Fox. He's hosting at Eastville. He hosts at the Stand. Right? He's at Broadway Comedy Club.
Okay,
this nigga's in Buffalo. This nigga's all over the place. You feel me? I got my man Adam Rojas. He just finished shutting it down at Gotham Comedy Club. Yeah. He's at the Strip. Oh yeah, 5 Cent Strip as well. Yeah, just shut out. He's at Broadway Comedy Club, Greenwich Village Comedy.
Okay.
I got my boy Darrell Myers, another monster. Eastville, the Stand, the Strip, Broadway Comedy Club. He actually did his own his produced show same day as mine at Contra. It was a Contra or Karma. I think it was Karma. One of them.
A lot of spots.
Yeah. I got dope ass comic. His name is Pedro Garcia.
Pedro Garcia?
Yeah, Pedro. Actually, just went to go see his show at the Dojo Comedy. Shout out to that show. Shout out to Adam Berg. Actually, I did a spot on his podcast.
This is all. You said you just.
This is a
year. This is all a year. Now, they say that you're a 1 year old if you're a year.
Yeah, but I'm a monster, bro.
I'm talking. Bro. Listen. He's very confident in what he does.
That work. It's not. I'm confident. Bro.
No.
Yeah,
I'm telling you from what I see.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
You're putting the work in. I see it.
Thank you.
You're confident in it, and he knows what he got to do. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Right. Almost 3K. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, man. Yo, come rock out at this show, man. I'm trying to bring an experience here to Bergen County. Let's get behind something before it's too late, so I don't forget you.
Yeah.
Cause I'm petty, nigga. I'm dead ass. I'm gonna remember when you didn't come to the show. You know,
He's gonna remember all that shit, my nigga.
I'm gonna call you out by name.
Yo, shout out to everybody that's watching. Shout out to all my supporters. Shout out to new subscribers, old subscribers. Shout out to
my man P.O. man. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for coming. I appreciate it, my brother. Really, I do. We had a great talk.
100%.
You know what I mean? I had fun. We had good things to talk about. Shout out to We Out Travel Group. Shout out to Lit Homie Jack. Shout out to B. You know what I mean? Let's keep it going. That series, season 3, Who Thodies, is coming soon. So, you know what I mean? And I'll see you on Instagram and all that shit, knowing y'all niggas. Bye!
Follow a nigga.
What you say? Follow a nigga.
Follow a nigga.
Follow a nigga.